All right, this reading is for Cancer for the first week of June. I have already shuffled the two decks, and this is our second deck, which I've already shuffled too. Okay. Okay, Cancer. So it looks like the overall energy is one of trying to re-examine your current situation. And it's crazy, all the readings are basically that. I think this time of isolation, right? Um, and you were looking at it from a moral perspective, like what have been going on in all kinds of areas in your life, the romantic, the family, the work. And it looks like there is a moment of stagnation, which again we are all going through, of fault of no one, right? Personally, of no one. But also it's a moment to be introspective and reconsider things we were focusing on, and is that something I want to do? Is it, a career path that I want to follow? Is there something out there, something else for me? What am I missing? Because I am not feeling so hopeful or happy, right? It feels like one problem after the other, right? And again, of no fault of our own. And I'm talking in general terms here. Each week is something new. And that is creating a lot of anxiety in a lot of people. There is really nothing to gain from watching the news these days. We should really just be quiet, reading, going for walks. I also feel there is something that has been in your mind regarding how the dynamic of your family is and how much each one contributes in all sense, right? Emotionally, financially. You're questioning yourself how, and this has been going on for a while. Maybe you're not getting news from a family member that you've been contacting. I mean, they're fine, but they're just not present in your life. And you're a sentimental person. That really gets to you. And I feel like all that energy building up is disconnecting you from your spiritual side. And our spiritual side is the only answer, right? When we have these questions, we need to go deep and reconnect our energies to the source and remember that how we feel will dictate our tomorrow. It's so easy also to, when we are feeling this way, to be very defensive and always expecting something to go wrong. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I got the same card. Let's get a couple more here. Again, we need to, the communication between the people we know, the people we care, our loved ones is so important, especially now, again, during this time. Uh, and it's also unveiling, like the lack of communication is also unveiling all the underlying reasons for the bad communication, right? Like there are all these underlying issues that we never really fully unpacked, and now we are. You will come out of this okay, obviously, but perhaps you should make that phone call. Perhaps you should ask yourself or put yourself in their situation, in their shoes. What are their perspective in regards to all of this, to this distance, this non-communication? What is it that we're lacking? Oops. I dropped a bunch of cards. Just gonna get another card. There is that general feeling of remembering the pattern of a family, right? Mother, father, the children, that structure that you feel and you've been feeling for a while is unstable. I don't know how, like if you come from a single mom or if your mom is the main energy of the family, the one that gets everybody together. Maybe you're the mom, right? And you're feeling like, how can you restructure it? Why is it so loose? Why? But there is definitely love. There is definitely love, no question. I think the communication has been off. Perhaps because different family members have different perspectives of the world, and that has become a conflict, and it has been going on for so long that when we have this moment of crisis, it's when we unpack it and then we're like, okay, we need to figure this out. What is happening? But the mother energy is very strong here. Get another card. There is a male energy that is refusing to take action, refusing to interact. But I think it's just because he's feeling insecure, he just doesn't know why or how. It's also so easy for us to feel the other person is wrong and we're right, when logically, if their perspective is different than ours, then they will have a different right, and a different wrong. Communication here is the message. And again, the female energy is really strong. Don't let this feeling of uncertainty or emotion, like this heavy emotion, this heavy heart, don't let it cloud your intuition or your course of action. You have to, like, even when we're feeling so down and so emotional or even depressed, it's so hard to get out of bed, right? Do the countdown, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up. Don't like play that game seriously. It helps. Because the more we stay in our heads, the worse it gets. Don't let that cloud your intuition. And you, Cancer, have so much intuition. Focus on your intuition because there is a lot of love, there is a lot of compassion. And maybe everybody's just very different and we have to accept it. But the communication is so important. There is an abundance of love, abundance for beautiful things to happen, for beautiful moments, for it's probably just going to be a new structure. But the communication, you have to communicate. You have to look ahead and make plans. You have to contemplate what's in front of you and act according to what's in front of you. This is a transformation moment. Again, all of us are going through this one way or another. You have the gift of intuition, and that gift is so beautiful, and it inspires so many people. Communication, that is the message. Be introspective. Learn to look at the situation from a different perspective, and perhaps is the perspective of that family member or members that you are not agreeing with. And encourage them to do the same. And the only way to encourage them is to be the example, right? When they talk to you, don't be defensive. Listen, be compassionate. Just listen. Let them speak their piece. All right. This is the message for this week. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.